Hello and welcome to my channel, Emma Jane's Garden. I am Emma and well, this is my polytunnel, and today I am getting some bits and pieces ready. So I have got a lot of compost coming tomorrow, and it is an absolutely glorious day. I'll take you out in a minute today, and tomorrow is going to be horrendous. 90% chance of rain, and I've got compost coming tomorrow, a ton of compost, and unfortunately it needs to be wheelbarrowed from the car park up to my plots. In the rain. It's half term, so I've got both children off as well, so I've managed to rope them both in. One's getting a new pair of shoes and the other's getting 20 quid. Bargain. See how long they last though in the rain. Anyway, that's going to happen tomorrow, but first things first, I need to clear somewhere for it to go, because I need to mulch all the beds with the compost. But at the moment some of them need weeding. But I just had to get the compost here, because once the compost is here then it will spur me on to get it going. I also need to some way of covering it, because I don't want it to get absolutely saturated, so I'm going to go and find a big sheet of plastic that I can put over the top to stop it getting saturated. So while we're in the polytunnel, I thought you might just want to have a look at the things that are growing. My ranunculus are looking amazing. And there's a few other bits in here, and things are desperate to actually go in, so I might, over the next couple of days, it is going to rain, I might come in and start doing some bits in the polytunnel and I've got some larkspur. Let me show you. Larkspur, I think I've said this before, really needs to go out, but it's looking lovely. This is the white on this side, and this is like a really lovely pale purple. I've got a killia that needs to go out, but I need to mulch the beds and then put that in. These are stocks and they need to go in the polytunnel so they can stay for a minute. This is Ami that needs to go out. Some verbascum needs to go out too. And over there is my snapdragons, which were looking amazing, and then they got frosted, frozen solid, and I thought they were going to be alright, but I've lost loads, so I am going to plant some more. And these are my ranunculus, and I'm going to take that off, so these can start having their lids off. Got some more here, looking lovely. I almost feel like I might need to put some water with them, but I don't like to water them too much. Oh, hang on, I don't know where to put anything. And there, yeah, that was only a half tray anyway. These were my spares, so it is quite dust-like look, so maybe I will water them. But yeah, they're looking lovely. I was worried that they were going to rot off, that's why I haven't overwatered, but you see there's a little guy here, he's still crispy. Oh, he hasn't got roots at all. He could do with some water and then he'll get going. Let's just put him back in. Yeah, let's put them some water on them. And another one there. Oh, and this one seems to have been... Oh no, he's growing sideways. They definitely need to go in the ground. The ranunculus are actually coming in the tunnel, so I'm not sure where. This end here. My polytunnel is quite small and I've already put loads in it. Let me show you. So I've also got some anemones that need to go out. Oh, look at this guy, he's shooting up flower, look, amazing. This is going to be my ranunculus all the way along here, and I've got Ami and Orlea here as well. So this is going to be this bed. I've got this bed here, but at the moment it's just being used as a bit of a dumping ground, but I need to empty it. But look at the mess. And then I've got Ami, and those are my snapdragons left from last year. I'm going to see what happens, but a lot of them look like they died in that frost we had. It's a bit annoying. And under here is plants. Dahlias, more killia, dahlias, and some other bits and pieces all in there. So I'm just keeping that under the frost protection. Okay, look how beautiful it is. Absolutely gorgeous blue skies today. It's a shame it's not going to be like that all week, because I've got the kids off. And it's going to rain all week. And I could have really done having them up here and doing a bit with them up here, as I need to be up here. Never mind. So it's the middle of February, and can you see the roses here? All along here, I just need to mulch over the top of those with the compost that's coming tomorrow. So that goes all the way down to here. I managed to get rid of the horrible buddleia out of the middle there. So obviously he will keep growing back, but I'm just going to keep chopping it. And hopefully it'll give up one day. I've just realised I've got some Sweet William just about to flower here too, look. This is my Sweet William bed, and you can see they're just starting to bud up here. So I lost a few in the winter, but they should bulk up and they'll get really big. Okay, I still haven't put the roof on because at the moment I just don't think it's worth it. Trouble is, it means I'm always standing on it, which is a bit annoying. Okay, so I did get a lot of clearing the other day. I did put a video up on my Instagram when I was doing that. And I just need to finish off clearing one of the beds. This is where the compost is going to go. So I'm going to just put it on top of this weed fabric. I'm actually just going to get everyone to just dump the wheelbarrows full of compost on top of this, and then I'm going to cover it with plastic. I'm going to use it from here because I want to turn these two beds into my I need to turn this area into my perennial area. But over here I've got lots of places that I need to mulch. So I've got the roses, they need mulching. So actually a ton of compost isn't going to go very far. Got the allium bed, that needs mulching. This is my herb bed. I was going to take all the herbs out, I'm not sure now. This was my gladioli bed. I don't like the glads. I've dug half of them up. You see they're already starting to sprout again. I'm going to dig as many out as I can, and that needs mulching. This needs mulching. I just need to take some of the grass off, but actually I'm just going to mulch over it. This I'm not going to do that one because they're foxgloves and they'll be fine as they are. This bed here, which is narcissi and a few odd tulips, that needs mulching, and so does this one. I started doing this bed the other day, and then I found loads of toads living in it, so I gave up because I didn't want to ruin their habitat. So this is the two beds where the compost is going. I'm going to put it on top. Actually, I don't know, maybe I'll roll the plastic back and just put it on the ground because it's going to need to go on the ground anyway. Actually, maybe that's what I'll do. I'll roll the plastic back, put the compost down, and then we can just use it from a big pile here to go up to that plot. Obviously there's beds here that need doing, there's a bed here that needs doing, and then all the perennials that are in that bed need taken out pretty quick and moving, because I want to sort those two beds out as well. So I'm trying to make more space this year. I've said on another video that I'm trying to make smaller beds this year, so I'm going to do half-metre beds instead of metre beds, with a small walkway in between, because I don't need to get a wheelbarrow or anything down it because my beds are only 3 metre, not even that, 3 metres long, so I don't need to be able to get anything down to it. And I can put a bucket at the end when I'm cutting, cut, put in a bucket, so they don't need to be very, and I think having a half-metre wide bed's much better than having the metre wide and then not filling it all. So that's what I'm doing this year. So infrastructure is what I'm trying to get done, if the rain would let me. Right, I'm going to get on with this, and I might put you on a little video and you can watch me work. So I've cleared most of this bit now. I found some interesting bits growing. So I've got some daisies growing, I've got some achillea growing, which I'm going to have to dig out. One of them which I know I planted but I had forgotten I planted. But it's going to have to move, I think, because of what I'm doing. I don't know, I might leave them. But yeah, let me show you what I've done. Okay, so I cleared this end here. This all just needs mulching now. I'm going to mulch over the whole lot. Should have done it before the daffodils came up, but I'm going to just sprinkle it over, but I'll cover the end. This I'm going to roll up now, and then we can put the compost here. This is going to be the beginning of my beds. Take the wheelbarrow down again, and then I just need to clear on down here, but I'm not going to worry about this too much now, because at least I've got somewhere to put the compost tomorrow now. And then I can start working, because this has been covered since November time, so this is ready to take up, and then I can start making beds here as well because I've got plants that need to go out. Working on the ethos of Half Our Flower Farmer, who I did a live with this morning with so if you want to check back on my Instagram, you'll be able to see the live that we did this morning. We had a little coffee morning chat, so go and check that one out. Yeah, so on the ethos of just doing little bits when you can, I've got a little bit more here to do, but obviously I've got the kids off and it is going to be the only glorious day like this, so I need to go and do something with them now. So I'm going to go and do that, but I will be back with the compost tomorrow, so I won't put this video out until I've done the compost, and then we'll see what happens. Anyway, I'll see you with the compost tomorrow. So, compost has arrived, and it looks really heavy and wet. And I don't have any help this morning because my children are all still sleeping. Excellent. This is going to be heavy work. Anyway, let's get going. It's definitely not the nicest day to be moving compost, but I'm making a dent. I'm doing it slow and steady because I've got nothing else to do today in the rain. Although I have, because it's Valentine's Day tomorrow, so I've got some bouquets to make up for tomorrow. I can do that later. But yeah, look, I'm making a dent. I've folded it down. I think I've done about 5 or 6 wheelbarrows, so it shouldn't take too much longer. It's just, if only it wasn't raining, it would be much easier. Getting there. I can see the bottom of the bag, which is exciting. Look, that's the bottom. So hopefully another wheelbarrow, maybe 2, because the wheelbarrows are getting smaller and smaller because it's going up and down the hills killing me. I need to get fitter. I should be able to just drag the whole bag up in a minute. Hopefully. So that's all the compost moved up to here. It doesn't look so much when it's like this, but that was quite a lot. I've also already mulched some of the beds and the roses, so this isn't all of it. I have done some mulching as well. Happy with that. It's typical. I think it's just starting. Actually, maybe not. I was going to say it's just about to stop raining, but I don't think it is. But yeah, look. So I've done that. I'm just going to cover it with some plastic. Not that it's going to keep it dry or anything like that. Just one, to stop other people thinking, oh, I'll have a bucket of that, and 2, to keep it a little bit drier than getting it completely soaked, because obviously it is just exactly where I need to make my beds. So next week I'm going to be starting to remake all my perennial beds and digging them out of these beds here that are covered in weeds. So I'm going to dig the perennials out there and put them in here, and then start there, and then this side here will become my annuals. Busy time ahead. So yeah, I'm going to cover this up and then I'm going to go and walk the dog. So it is Thursday. Completely missed Valentine's Day out, which was Wednesday yesterday. Mainly because I didn't have the busiest of days, but it's half term as well, so I've got the kids off. So I got the bouquets done, delivered them, done. Did order some extra flowers in, which I did use most of, so that was quite good. But yes, no, didn't video. I'm really sorry, but I will put here. I'll put some pictures here. Some of the bouquets I made yesterday. So that's what happened yesterday. But today I am on to funerals. So I've got a funeral to do this weekend, and I am just starting to make a ivy garland. So this is a willow coffin again. So an ivy garland to go around the sides, and then I'm making a living wreath, and this is a completely made up one, so we didn't want to put it on willow, which is how I've done it before. This is actually going in a cardboard base, which I haven't got to show you, but I'll show you when I do it. But so I've brought in some flowers. It's going to be a living one, so I've got some. Hold on, let me turn you around. So I've got these lovely hellebores, absolutely lovely. I love the colour that these go. They have actually got a little bit of pinky green colour to them once they go like this. This is lovely. And then I picked up some that were slightly smaller. So this is actually the brief is woodland, so I wanted something that was quite woodlandy. And then I got some wooden anemones to go in it. I just need to deadhead some of them because they're looking a bit sorry because they were out in the rain, but once they're deadheaded, the other flowers are ready to come, so that'll be fine. I've got some violas here to go in, full of leaves. Again, just need to be deadheaded, and there's new ones coming. And then I've just got like a shed load of ivy to go round it as well. But this is what I'm starting on now, and I need to make an 18-foot garland. If you're interested in how I make the 18-foot garland, how I make this ivy garland, a couple of videos ago I did do a few sustainable funeral flowers, and I showed you how I made it in that video. I'll try and put a link up here somewhere. How is it? I don't know how to do it, but I will try, and if I can, it'll be there. But I better go on with this because I've got to go and walk the dog in a minute, and it's again peeing it down with rain. So I don't want to be too late walking him. So I'm going to get the garland done first, and then I will do the wreath in a bit. Okay, so I've done the ivy garland, which I've just hung up over there, and I just thought I'd show you roughly how I'm going to be doing the wreath. So this is an actual living wreath. So I've ordered these flowers from the local garden centre, and I'm just trying to work out how many. So I'm also writing down at the same time how much it's going to cost, because obviously I've got a budget to stick to be able to actually make money, but this is something that I've not done before. So I want to make sure that if I want to sell this in the future, that I know how much to charge for it. So I'm writing down everything that goes in it, so if I don't make as much money on this one, I'll know in the future to charge the right price. So so this is what I'm using, is like a cardboard wreath ring that you can get from florist supplies, and then I'm going to I'm just laying out how I want the wreath to look, and I've also got some mascara, which is something that they definitely wanted. They wanted mascara in it, and then I've got these lovely little violas as well, and I've also got down here primroses, because she wanted primroses in it. Oh, I don't know where to put them. So I've got these lovely, like pale yellowy white primroses. So I'm just trying to work out how many of each one of these is going to go in to make this look really fat and full. And then once it looks perfect to me, then I'll work my way back and find out how much that cost me. So I've given her a set price on this, which was a rough guess of, when I laid all these flowers out on the floor, I was like, it's going to cost roughly this, which is what I've given her the price from, which is definitely not probably the best way to do it. But at the time I was a bit like, oh, it's going to cost, because I knew how much what I want on willow would cost, because I've done it on a willow base before. I've never done it like this. So obviously you've got to add in the cardboard base, which costs about £7. Any compost that's going to go in it, moss. You need to add in all those bits and pieces as well as just the flowers. It's not just the flowers. So when I added it up, I just added up the flowers in my mind and actually kind of forgot the mechanics. So I definitely want to price this exactly right this time, so that when I put it into my brochure, because they've said that I can use the photos from the funeral when I go and put it all together tomorrow, and I can use that in my brochure, which has been really lovely of them. They said take the photos, put it in the brochure, put it on your website, we don't mind, which is so lovely of them. So I want to make sure that this is priced right, so that when it goes onto the website, I know that I'm going to be making a profit on my flowers, because after all, I am a flower farmer and florist, and I do this to earn a living and to pay for my family's food and electricity. Okay, so I've laid out the flowers. I haven't put the I'm just going to stuff these in wherever I've got space, I think. So I've done everything in freeze all the way around, which I think actually, I really love this mascara. It's like one of my favourite spring flowers ever. Really love it. I grow loads of it. All mine was tiny. It's only just popping out of the ground, which hence the reason I bought this. Otherwise I do have loads normally. Yes, I think that's actually looking really, really lovely like that. And then what I'll do is I'll pop these in the gaps, because I want them pointing outwards. Now I've just got to work out how to get, you can see this isn't going to work. So I just got to work out how to get all of that into that, and then I need to wrap it up in moss and twine, and then I'm going to weave ivy and twisted willow through it. So yeah, I'm going to get on and do that. So this is how far I've got with the wreath. I'm just starting to moss it now. So what I'm doing is I am just putting the moss on. This is actually moss that I collected from my garden, so I like the fact it's got a bit of grass in it. I did actually only just collect this about 3 hours ago. But I don't want everything too wet because this is a cardboard base. I don't want this so wet so that when they pick it up to put it onto the coffin, it like disintegrates. So I'm not going to put any more water with any of these plants. So the funeral's on Saturday, and I know that it's going to rain Saturday afternoon. So once these flowers are down, they'll get a good soak in, and then they'll be in their final place anyway. So yeah, what I just thought I'd show you is where I'm mossing it. I'm just getting some bits of wire. So any bits that aren't staying, I'm just bending over the wire, making my own little mossing pins. And then I'm just using the mossing pin like this and pushing it in. And that's securing the moss, especially on bits like this where it's a bit straight. And then with the green wire, you won't see it once it's on as well. So obviously, if you were doing this for 100% biodegradable, you would have to use something else. But this is just going in a standard churchyard. I think it's absolutely beautiful. So, and that is the finished article. So I've put in some lovely twisted willow. So that was one thing that they really wanted was some willow in it. The deceased garden was full of willow, so the twisted willow, which they've kept and they've rooted at home themselves as well. So I've got used some of that. I've gone round with the ivy around the base, and then in some places I've let it trail out so that it goes down over the coffin. Yeah, I think it looks absolutely beautiful. Really pretty. Anyway, I'm going in to make my tea now. And I will come back in the morning, so I'm delivering this tomorrow. And I will maybe just do a bit of faffing, check how it's looking tomorrow, once it's dried out as well. The funeral all delivered this morning, and it looked lovely. I put the ivy around the coffin as well. It all looked really lovely. Everyone said how beautiful it looked. So I hope everything goes okay for them. Then next week is going to be a busy week again. So I've got seeds to sow. I've got the compost to now move into the beds and start putting some plants out. Some of those plants that are in my polytunnel have to go out. And so they'll be getting chucked out next week into some of the new beds. I just really, fingers crossed, it's not going to rain, because the rain is really scuppering all my plans at the moment, because there's only so much digging you can do when it's that wet. Which is pretty much none, because it's so wet and claggy. What else? Oh, I've got another funeral to do next week as well. And I think I've got some other bouquets and bits and pieces going out next week too. So it'll be flower deliveries. Maybe I'll go down and show you the van, if he'll let me. Anyway, I will see you next week. Let me know if you like these weekly videos, and if there's anything that you enjoy and you want me to do like a deeper video on, then let me know in the comments below, and I'll see if I can do that for you. But yeah, so I'm going to be doing these videos every week, so they'll come out every week. So please like and subscribe to my channel and press the bell icon, and you'll know exactly when the videos are out. And I will see you next week. Bye bye.